Superlight 125 SE. Like I said, quite the mouthful to say the full name of this motorcycle. And it is such a nice surprise to ride it because of various things. First of all, being a 125 with about 10.5 brake horsepower, and I think it's around 8-point-something Newton meters of torque. I'll put the numbers up as usual. But like I was saying, being the bit that's not very surprising is the engine itself. It's a very nice, smooth engine, but it lacks power, just like any other 125 would. So that's not a surprise there. However, it is quite a torquey engine. This bike is brand new. It only has 396 kilometers on the clock. So the first service is due at 1,000 kilometers or 600 miles. So this is around 300 something miles still. So I can't go too crazy on the revs. I can't go over 5,000 RPM just to be on the safe side before it goes for its first service. But still, I can tell you that it is a very torquey engine for what it is, and I can just leave it on third gear, for example, and just completely forget about the gear shifting. It's very nice, so, unless I'm going too slow, and then obviously I need to go down a couple, even to first gear sometimes. But it is a very, very nice engine. Obviously, it's not a powerful engine. You can't expect this to beat most cars out of a traffic light, for example. It won't do that. But for the type of bike that it is, a cruiser-like bike, it's exactly what it needs, because the fact that I can't really go too fast on it is not an issue on this bike, because the way it rides, the way it's designed, it doesn't make you want to go very fast on it. It's a cruiser-like bike. You're sitting on a very upright position. You've got the footrests to the front, not too much to the front, so it's not a very kind of stretched position for my legs. Slightly over 90 degrees, but very, very comfortable. The handlebars are the right height for me, so it invites me to ride it in a very kind of chilled way, and this is what this bike is designed for, I think. It looks very nice. It's a big old thing for a 125. It weighs around 160, 170 kilograms, and for a 10 brake horsepower 125 engine, it is a bit too much, hence its kind of chilled behavior. So for slow speed riding, like I'm doing right now, I'm doing what, 30 kilometers an hour. That's about 20 something miles per hour. So 30 kilometers an hour, slow speed, I'm on third gear, and it's not complaining, it's just pootling along very nicely. The engine has quite a very nice sound to it. It's a very smooth sound to it. It's not like a thumping sound that I would expect from a single cylinder. And the exhaust, there are two exhausts on the right hand side, two pea shooter type exhausts. They do have a nice note to them. It's not very loud. They do have a nice note, not too throaty, but quite nice note to them. And they look very nice. I mean, the looks on this bike, the looks are subjective, as we all know, but the looks of this bike are really nice. And I'm not the chrome type guy, but I have to admit that all the chrome on this bike, it looks very, very nice. And being brand new, it's still spotless. And riding here in Portugal, as you can see by the weather in the summer, you're not going to get any rain, you're not going to get any mud or anything. Probably a bit of dust, but it's easy just to wipe it off. So yeah, I'm really, really happy. And the dials, I really love the way that these analog dials work and look. They fit right into the bike, and even the big indicator lights and the big front light thing, they do just fit very well with the bike. It's so nice. like I said, the bike rides so well and in such a chilled manner that it just makes me want to ride it all day. The seat is very comfortable. I would imagine that for the passenger, it wouldn't be that comfortable because it seems very small. But for the driver or the rider, it is very, very wide, very, very comfortable, and I could just sit on it all day. But yeah, well, this is it. These are my first impressions on the Keeway Superlight 125 SE. It's not a review as such. It's just a first ride and impressions video. But I have to say that I'm really, really happy with the bike. So much that I'm considering getting one of these for me and leave it here in Portugal for when I come back on holiday. I was on the market for a Vespa, a 125 Vespa, here in Portugal, but they're so expensive. Even used ones are very expensive. And so I gave up on that. And but yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see, because I wanted to get a Vespa or a scooter type bike, because it's a lot easier to drive around traffic and go shopping and things, and also for Mrs. Foreigner to drive it, because we in Portugal we can drive up to 125 bikes with a normal driving license. So the idea was to get Mrs. Foreigner to be able to ride the bike as well on her own. So I'm not sure. That's why I'm not really sure if I'm going to get one of these or not, because she doesn't really fancy riding one of these on her own. But anyway, it is good enough for me to consider getting one, brand new one, and just leave it here during the winter and ride it whenever I come back home. So if that serves as any indication of how I feel about this bike, there you go. I would consider getting one and ride it when I come here in the summer and sometimes in the winter. Right, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and just give it a thumbs up if you have. If you haven't, give it a thumbs down, and just leave your comments down below. They're very much appreciated. And I'll see you on my next one. Until then, just stay with me for a little while longer to enjoy some of the views of the places where I grew up and that I really love to come back to. See you on my next one. Ta-ra!